Well, hi there everyone, and welcome back to Infinity. Well, last episode we were up there, building, and once again that is working, up here building up in the tower, building what will become my rooms, my house, and I've gone on a bit further. This is about as far as I have got. I have got the world's most garish orange carpet. It is really quite horrible, but I'm going to live with it. There's a crafting station up here because I was having to make something. Maybe it was the iron bars over there. So if you come out here, you can see I have built this little sort of outdoor decking area. It's got quite nice views down there and down there onto the actual town. Because I don't really have many views out that way. That way looks back over to, I don't know what that is. That's the corner of the factory, isn't it? And out that way onto a load of trees. The walls aren't very high up yet, so if it rains this carpet's getting a bit wet. Downstairs we have a much more lovely carpet, some lovely open windows which you can fall out of. Actually, I'm right over the lava pit just here, aren't I? That's a tiny bit worrying. Nice view out that way though. And sort of nice view out that way. Ish. So I've got two rooms, this one which is probably going to be where I'm going to move my bed into eventually. It's nice, fairly little. I've got the ceiling in, the walls. And over through here we've got this room which is rather unfinished. I don't know exactly what this is going to be. It's going to be a second room. This was the gap which was underneath the corner upstairs, the one I said I might use as a hiding place. It might yet be a hiding place. I might make that into a raising wall, or I might not. I haven't yet decided. Let's get out of here. Let's just check my jetpack. It is good. So what is the plan for today? Well, you may have noticed that my hunger bar is not quite full, and in my inventory for food I have precisely one apple. For some time now I have been not really concentrating on the food. I've got tons of reeds just here, sugarcane, but not much in the way of food. Was there? I think there are some carrots just lying about somewhere. Are they behind the sugarcane? There we go, nearly grown. That's what I have been living off for some time. Carrots. But I feel that I can do better than that. I feel I want to do better than that, and I feel I am going to do better than that. It is time to get some food. Because all those poor people down there in this town, which may well be growing, don't have any food coming in, do they? There's nothing to sell on the market. We need some food. We've got a few cattle down there, and that's about it. And a mountain sheep. So, it seems silly to be starving when I have Pam's Harvest Craft installed. And as the saying goes, if you have Pam's Harvest Craft, make food. So, what do we actually have from Pam's? I'm not really sure. So we've got butternut squash, as I would call that. Courgette, as I would call that. Pears. Now those are trees. I'm going to come back to those. We have got cucumbers. Do we have anything else worth it? These are agri-craft stuff. I really want to concentrate on Pam's stuff. First, I will be putting carrots in. What's that? That's a cantaloupe. That'll do. Pistachio, that is a tree. Persimmon, don't really want that just at the minute. That should all just be bits of tree. Maple syrup, that is actually a Pam's tree thing. So those are tree things. I'm going to do those separately. But carrots, I could sew up some carrots, couldn't I? I'll do some carrots. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may notice I have planters and harvesters aplenty in my inventory. And let's just go and check and see if there is actually anything else in L Factory which I could be using. So the food should be in here. We have one egg. I am not going to be able to plant that. What do we have over here? Nothing of great value, although that has completely filled up. I didn't realise that was quite so bad. Take a couple of things out just for the minute. These can go into this chest. And I assume there's nothing going on in there. What I would like to do is grab some power cables. What power cables am I using? I should be using the flux duct really, but since I've got a red net energy cable, I might just as well use that. Now I am going to cheat because it's down there. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, and I am going to use these things. These are the leadstone solar panels. Shall I take both of these out? I probably shall, because I want that not to be right in the centre of my room. I'm really struggling with my words today. Right, get that out, get that out. So that is a set of... Did I damage that one by actually hitting it with a pickaxe? That's well worth remembering. So let's head on down here and decide exactly what we are doing. So for some time now I have said that the farming area is going to be over here. Am I going to hold to that? I think I am. I think I'm going to put it in the shade of the hill, because obviously in the shades of a hill is a brilliant place to grow plants. Another good place it could go is over this way where my old house used to be. That'll be right next to there though. I'm thinking, for now at least, this little corner here is the agricultural district. At least it is now. Do I have... where? Why do I keep losing shovels? What is going on with my shovels? Right, one sec while I go back and find my shovel and a bit of dirt. Which should be just over here. And hopefully it's ended up in here or something. I'm getting very fed up of losing my shovels. There is my stone shovel. I've been looking for that for ages. Right, one stone shovel, one pile of that. And let's get down. It is getting late, but hey. So we have this little area here. Now if you remember the planters and the harvesters, we were using these to actually make up the tree farm earlier when we were back harvesting acacia trees, which we were. There is a goblin in a hole. Hello, dude. Hi. You gonna talk to me? No? Right. I don't really want to sort of block you in, little hobgoblin dude, but I may well end up doing. Right, there we go. Now the default for a Pam's well, for these planter things is a 3x3. I would really prefer down here, I think, a 5x5, so let's quickly go and grab the range upgrades which I was using last time. They will be just up here. And this is where I splat myself. Okay, so it is morning, I have had a sleep, and I have spent time making some range upgrades. I had forgotten that they take up one slot each. Isn't that just great? That grass hasn't regrown back actually yet, which is interesting. I guess it is doing slowly, or maybe it was because the junk was unloaded. Right, let's decide where we are actually going to pop these things. I'm not going to pop them right next to there. So let's just have a tiny little gap. So these things will be planting out to this way, to that way, and to this way. So I think the centre will be there. I then want a one gap, and they're going to plant two this way, so there will be one just here. So one there, but it's going to go down one lower than that, of course. So it will go down there. Are you going to get out, dude? That is brilliant, because you were way in the way. So a planter there. A planter there. Then we go 1, 2 this way, a gap, and 1, 2 more. And I think that makes it be there. 1, 2. Yes, gap 1, 2. Let's fill in this hole before it fills up with any more stray hobgoblins, children, cats, anything else like that. Right, so 1, 2. This is so much grass. Just go away. Go away, grass. Thank you. Can't even pick anything up because my inventory's too full. 1, 2, gap 1, 2 in here. Planter 1, 2, gap 1, 2, and in here. I am going to flatten this off. And then decide whether or not I've put these in the right place or not. Because I'm not completely convinced already, and I've only just put the things in. Right, that is the planters in. Now the harvesters. So obviously these are going to plant up to... I have got myself turned around. There we go. So the path is actually going to come down in front of here. So this is going to plant up to here, up to here. You see, I'd have liked a 2-wide walkway. Wouldn't you know it? So actually, a 2-wide walkway... I have nothing to mark this with. But 2-wide walkway, a thing, and then actually I'd like the first one to be there. So there, 2, and it should be there. So, rethink, that's where the planter is going to live. Let's just get the first one in. So this is my first planter. The first planter, I cannot stand on top of it, is going to plant cucumbers. Is it? Yeah, it's a cucumber one. Now I don't have to fill these up with cucumbers, but I am going to. Now there is going to be behind it a harvester. The harvester is going to harvest cucumbers. Obviously this one is full of energy and sludge because of course it has been harvesting trees. So, coming out the back, these things will auto eject. So let's just dig straight down. This is exactly the same technique I used before, but I'm going to try and connect a load of these things up together. So I don't want a dense item duct there, that's like the last thing that I want. And I've put my crescent hammer away. At least that broke easier than I expected it to, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just come straight up here like this. Now what I want is a filter on here, and I want it to only whitelist cucumbers. The only thing which can come through here are cucumbers. So now let's pop most of those cucumbers in. Now it is going to need power, so I need a power supply for this. So we have room to actually run power underneath. So for the second, just while I set it up, I'm going to pop power down here and run a cable underground. This will of course be the red net energy cable. I do not have even nearly enough red net energy cable, do I? Nowhere even near enough red net energy cable. What was I thinking? We are already out. Anyway, it's got power, which is a good thing. And I can't even dig that out. So, time to go back and pick up some red net energy cabling. Okay, so here we are coming back with some red net energy cabling, which I cannot believe I didn't think I would need more of. So these are growing. They grow incredibly slowly, actually. Pam's stuff is not quick. So here's the energy cable. It does connect to everything, and that is going to show. Yes, so let's get this out, this out, this out. drop you down even further under the ground, like that, and then this can just run through the centre. There we go, now we have things actually connected. So these will just grow away quite merrily. I'm going to put a range upgrade in here, a lapis one, and a range upgrade in here, a lapis one, so they match. So that'll just increase it enough to go all the way around here. So next question is, what about to the side? Well, obviously what I can do is just plonk another harvester here. Right behind is nothing. That's going to be the technique I'm going to go for. So you want to come out because you are in the wrong place. So a harvester is also going to sit here like that. There'll be 2 squares in front of it, and then we are going to get us another planter. Another planter. So will this work? I will have this path up there, then I'll be able to walk around the back. That's what I really would quite like. So that is good. This planter is going to work purely on cantaloupes, and these are going to take a very long time to fill up all of this. But hey, right, you... So what do we have coming on under here? So obviously that is the way around. This is going to need powering, which is going to require some red net energy cabling. Just like that. This is also going to need powering, which is going to require that. And just as before, this is going to loop around underneath the bottom, come up and into the back of here, take a filter, which will only accept cantaloupes. So now we have a cantaloupe farm. There is the cantaloupe. Right, this also gets itself a range upgrade, and this also gets itself a range upgrade. Perfect. Okay, I'm liking how this works. I think since there is going to be this gap, I might put the power along in the middle here. Right. Now we just repeat this going on down. So there is going to be a 2 gap because that is how far it plants. Then I think I shall have a further 2 gap across, just for size sakes. So you come out please, because you are now in the wrong place. Jetpack goes crazy. Right, 2 gap, 2 gavel, 2 gap, and then you go in here. Is that in the line? That is not. That is in the line. That is in the line. So you go in here. And you go in, I presume, there. Yep, you go in there. Up from this one, up from, I think it's there. Yep, that looks good. That also looks good. So this one, we have got the cucumber one on the go. So you are cucumber one. It's getting night. I would love it to not be night. So we are going to have... Let's see if we can just quickly get this done. 1, 2, and 1 of those, facing the wrong way, of course. That way, and 1 facing that way. A little channel going through under here. Just like that. Cabling coming along under said channel. Power is going to come, it's coming through on this side, isn't it? Oh, there is something about to eat me, of course there is. Zombies, I have got no weapons at all. Please go away. I'm going to batter you to death with a shovel. There we go. Right. So, more cabling, like that. You then get to go up there. This cabling goes up here, of course. And then, actually, in this case, the redneck cable can go underneath. I've broken my shovel, haven't I? Right. Power comes underneath this time and goes up to there. Just like that. So then this all needs to go a bit lower as well, doesn't it? So you go down under here, you go down under there, and come up here. Right, this time you are going to go along the side. Like that, and like that. There we go. Then all that we do is pop that into there, that into there, dig the hole so that this actually has power. Dig the hole so that actually has power. Filter on that. Filter on that. So this one is going to do butternut squashes. Just like that. This one is saying it has got no power. Why are you saying you have got no power? Because it is night, of course. That would be a very good reason. Right, this one is going to do not belladonna, this one's going to do courgettes. Courgettes only. And pop that in there. Then all that we need to do is pop in the upgrades. And there we go. So the only last remaining thing to do... Obviously these will take absolutely ages to get fully grown and grow to the point where this has filled up. But what we will need to do ultimately, so I might just as well do it now, is somewhere or another. Where is this going to be? At the front here? Well, temporarily it's going to just be at the front, say, why not right here? Dig a little trench along here. And run in a cable from somewhere. That will do. So you come up here and run underneath in this trench. Just to here. Where that doesn't actually want to be that wants to be one of these, a dense energy cable, so this is the last way that anything will try to go. Put a chest on the top, just for now. So the idea is, of course, that all of the seeds and stuff will, by preference, go into the planters. Once the planters are full, they can't go into the other planters because of the filter, so they will come down and start to fill up this chest. But that will take absolutely ages. Which is why this will be the end of the episode, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. We're starting to get a bit of food sorted out, which is good. It will take absolutely forever to actually get going. And I am, for the minute, going to actually leave the planters themselves uncovered. That's just so that as they begin to fill up, I can actually go and nick food out of them, so I don't completely starve to death. So thank you ever so much for watching, and I do hope to see you once again next time.